Hi, everybody. Welcome to Nerds on the Couch, and we got some special guests over here joining us today. Gentlemen, please introduce yourselves. This is awesome.
Go ahead, Richard.
My name is Richard Dack. I'm one of the promoters of the Bordercity Comic Con. I live here in El Paso, Texas.
And my name, and my name is Jim Brazel, and I'm also a co-promoter of the show, and I'm here in Albuquerque.
Okay, and thank you, Jim and Richard, for being with us. We're excited about the Bordercity Comic Con that's coming. It's going to be for the weekend of August 14th through the 16th at the Wyndham Airport Hotel, and we got tons of questions for you guys because you guys are the new guys on the block. And by new guys, I mean that we already have a few conventions going. We have a small convention community starting up and generating here in El Paso. And, you know, we had the El Paso Comic Con with those guys. We have the Sun City Sci-Fi. We got the Las Cruces guys. And so I got to ask you guys, you know, what made you guys decide to start up the Border City Comic Con?
Well, as of last year, we heard that a few rumors that some of the shows that were going to shut down, and we're not going to be able to do a show this year. So we stepped up to the plate, and we're bringing a full-fledged Comic Con to the El Paso area, and we felt that it needed it, which is more comic-related and with more different things to do, and with the combined years that me and Richard both have in the business. I myself have about 43 years in the business and started putting on shows in 74. So I've put on about 75 shows over the last, 40 years. And Richard put on quite a few shows in San Antonio before moving to El Paso and making it his home. Of course, he'll explain that, but we just saw a need for a really good show in El Paso, and we're going to bring it in. So, Richard, you can take it from there, I guess.
Yeah, one thing that I had seen when I would drive around to the shops here in El Paso, and I've been living here for a little over 8 years now, is that there was a need for a true Comic Con here. The fans were hungry for it. The shop owners indicated that they were interested in seeing someone produce a real comic show, and I had done many in San Antonio. I brought a lot of good talent to San Antonio over the years. I stopped promoting when I went off to law school, and when I moved down here, I just started going to the shops and meeting some of the and the fans here in El Paso are really hungry for a show, and in the past, I'd brought people to San Antonio like Jay Novacek with the Dallas Cowboys. I had brought Mike Grell when he had just put out the Longbow Hunters for DC, which was Green Arrow, that miniseries that resurrected that character. A lot of people will probably remember he did the John Sable freelance and was involved in the Legion of Superheroes revamp with DC at one time, and he was a great guest. So I just thought with those connections that I had and the connections that Jim had, we could bring a quality show here to the people of El Paso because they're frankly very, very hungry.
Okay, I want to clarify one thing. You guys are absolutely, you both have said it, and I want to clarify for the viewers that are watching this, is that you guys are saying true Comic-Con. That's the word both of you have said. And so I want to clarify, when you guys said true Comic-Con, what are you guys talking about?
Well, it's where most of the room and most of the guests that you bring in are comic-related people, not necessarily everything else. But I know everything makes a Comic-Con. But if you look at the trend right now, as far as in the industry goes, like San Diego and New York Comic-Con, totally different shows. San Diego is more media-driven, and New York is more comic driven. And I'm just one of those people that like to return to it. You know, there's going to be other things at our show. We got some great cosplay people. We've got steampunk. We've got anime. We've got it all going on at this show. But we have quite a list of guests, and we are adding more. Actually, I told you about one. We're going to be adding 3 or 4 more in the next week and a half. So a lot of people are climbing on board with this, and I'm getting more and more, what do I want to say, people asking if they can come to this show.
Moving on to a couple of things that you guys have started about. And I know we talked a while ago about, you know, your ideas for conventions and all this. When you talked about comic book guests and all this, I want to talk a little bit about the guests that you are having. And one of them noted, again, you guys are bringing a lot of noted ones, and I want to go over a few of the comic book guests that you guys are having. Of course, you mentioned the guest of honor is Richard Buckler, creator of Deathlock.
Rich Buckler is a friend of mine, and I've become good friends with him over the last few years. And if you can name something that Rich Buckler hasn't drawn, I'm welcome to listen to it, you know, because the man has been around forever, and he was kind of an early protege at Marvel Comics in the early days, you know, back in late 60s, early 70s. He was drawing everything, and Rich can darn sure draw everything. So his some of the interesting things to talk to Rich about, you know, at the show would be how he feels about his character, Deathlock, being on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is kind of cool, you know. And he's really a personable guy, and he signs autographs free, and he does sell his prints, and he does commissions, but he's just an amazing guy to talk to. He's kind of, you know, he's just an odd guy, but he's very personable, you know, and you'll really like him. You'll enjoy having him there.
And one of the things that came out about it is that, again, his character has gone through a lot of morphosis. He's, you know, the Deadlock character is quite interesting. I mean, Chino's the Marvel guy. His character has changed so much, so it's kind of interesting to get into his head on how the Deathlock character has actually evolved.
Well, it's changed, but due to other writers writing it. You know, not the way Rich originally envisioned it, you know, I'm sure. But he still created the character, and that is his, what do you want to say, his swan song, you know, so to speak.
All right, and talking about some of the celebrity guests you got coming up, and this one, I got to say, I'm totally impressed that you're bringing. I'm talking about Deep Roy.
Well, Deep's an amazing talent, and right now he's filming in the new Star Trek. And, you know, hopefully, you know, there is clauses in contracts that say that if filming shoots over, you know, the convention, there is a possibility that he may have to cancel. But that's not in the cards right now, and I will know for sure. But as of right now, he is coming, and he will be there. And he's an amazing, he loves the fans. He loves to go around and talk to them, and if he's not at his table, then he's walking around talking to all the fans, you know. So he's like a really neat guy, you know, to have at a show, because he does talk the talk. So.
And one thing I wanted to bring up here is that, you know, the guests and all that. What process did you go about getting the guests here? You know, what selections did you do? Because I remember when we were at Chili's restaurant, you were talking to me about so many people wanting to come in, and you know, you had your pick and choose, didn't you?
Yeah, but somebody, I don't know, it might have been one of the guys down there. I think it's David, and you suggested Deep Roy.
Well, he's a fan favorite, that's why. And my wife, when I mentioned Deep Roy,
I think I did that.
Yes, yeah. It was you, David. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because
yeah, that was my recollection. It was you.
Yeah, it's probably David. Because my wife, you say Deep Roy, she doesn't know. She loves Star Trek, but if I say, oh, the alien guy is Star Trek, she, oh, okay. But then I said, the never-ending story. Oh, the never-ending story.
Yeah.
I love
for me, I've known him since he was on one of my favorite episodes of Doctor Who in the 1970s, which is The Talents of Wang Chiang.
Oh, wow.
But so I've known of Deep Roy for a while.
I thought you was going to say you've known him since you were little, or since he was little.
And I was little then.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, Deep Roy is one of those characters. He's been in so many different things. I mean, he's been out there. He's a name, and he's a character. And especially when you saw Willy Wonka, I mean, he was in everything. He was everywhere, and that was just like an amazing thing that he did with that.
There was 150 of him.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, putting up the billboard and all that. I wish, again, Google, the Hangouts is great, but I haven't figured out how to put posters up and all that yet. But with I'm definitely going to ask him about the Willy Wonka kids. In that movie, he had to be the hardest working man in show business.
Oh, yeah.
At that point, because I just keep thinking he was everywhere, all the roles, all the scenes. Poor guy, you know.
Yeah, and you're going to have a couple of guys that we know, here from the local area, like Andy Perez. His art is just great. I love his stuff. Thanks for inviting him there. And let's see. Sometimes I get a little bit confused, but Jamie Marachi?
Who?
You're going to bring a cosplayer.
Oh, Jamie Marchi. Yeah.
She's not a cosplayer, dude.
She's not?
No, she's a voice actor.
Oh, the voice. She does for the anime Witchblade.
She's a voice on Borderlands and
Witchblade.
Yeah, Witchblade, and she's done all kinds of anime, and she's a very nice lady too. So, and she's a knockout. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're all gonna say yeah. You know, you gotta bring the ladies now at conventions. You know,
yeah, wait till you see some of the ladies coming to this show. So
that's definitely one of the things that we're going to be there for.
Yeah. I mean, I know you posted on your Facebook page. Of course, we got the local Christina Dark cosplay you're bringing in. She's very lovely. I mean, she is just. If I was younger, single, and her standards were way lower, I would have a better time. But or shot. But,
did you turn up the music so your wife couldn't hear that, or what? Did you see the Vampirella model that came up?
Yes, that's one we just were talking about before we got started. Jamie.
Yeah, I bet you were.
She's we got to make a point. She's the official Vampirella.
Yeah.
Which I'm like,
yeah,
we're gonna take pictures. And
she won a national competition for that. She is the official one. Cool.
Yeah, and that's again, we're. Well, I'm trying to be nice here, but yeah, we're looking forward to seeing her. Thank you for bringing her here.
I got more.
Oh,
yeah, we got more. We'll be introducing a few more here.
Oh.
Are you also bringing in Nadia Sonica? Because we've met her before, so it'll be kind of cool.
No.
Oh, never mind.
No, that's no. No, she's from Juarez.
Arizona Power Girl, Kara Nicole, then Jenny DiGiuseppe, who has got over 4,000 likes on Facebook. She moved from Denver to Las Cruces, and she's consented to be in our show, so she'll be at the show. They'll be giving panels on cosplay along with Kara.
Yeah, we met Kara Nicole a few years back, and she is so lovely. She is such a great person to have. I mean, just her being there just brightens up a convention.
Yeah.
I mean, she's aside from being very beautiful, which she is, she's very nice. She is so nice, and she loves what she does. She's not a phony. I like that you can talk to her about comic books. You can talk to her about anything nerd related, and yeah, she'll answer you, man. She can do trivia like crazy. So we're looking forward to meeting her at that. And again, thank you, Ginny Giuseppe. We're looking forward to meeting her. She's relatively new, but she's a fast up and comer, and yeah, she looks nice in that Game of Thrones costume.
What about Blood? And I don't mean that. Well, looking at Donald F. Glover in a Daenerys costume, that wouldn't be nice.
No.
Well, Don Bluth, not Glut.
I misspelled.
Okay. Anyway, Bluth. Yeah, he corrected me on that a couple years ago. But anyway, Don Bluth just rode with me and my wife down to the Roswell Comic Con, and we blabbed the whole way. And he's become quite a friend. But anyway, he's the reason that the Vampirella girl is coming in, because he contacted me and said she's a good friend of his, and would I mind if she sits at his table and it wouldn't cost me anything? And I go, well, duh. You know.
No, she can't come.
You should have gone, well, you should have put up a fight going, well, she could come, but she's going to have to bring some pizzas. You could have bargained a little.
If she brings her own table, that's okay.
Well, we are very happy for you guys going ahead and bringing this convention. I know it's hard in El Paso to get good places to hold conventions, since our convention center is bowling alley right now.
Well, we got to ask you guys.
I know where you guys are holding it, and it's actually pretty good.
Well, we're going to ask you here. It's going to be at the Wyndham Hotel. What made you guys pick that one?
Richard?
Yeah. I opened up the phone book and.
No, Richard can answer that one.
Yeah, I live here, so I know a lot of the hotels, and I had gone to several, checked on the pricing, looked at the rooms, the size, and I really didn't find anything that would meet what we anticipated our needs would be until I did go to the Wyndham Airport, and I remember there had been, I think the first EP Con had been held there, and Jim and I had set up there many years back, and it was a decent sized room, and I thought for our first show it would be a good venue, and so once we were able to negotiate the price, we decided that would be the best place to do it. Elimination. We just had to start off with our business plan of what we were looking for, what fit our needs, and that came the closest to fitting everything that we needed.
Cool, man. Can you give me Jamie Chin's hotel room number?
I don't think so, yeah.
Because I want to send flowers.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Sure.
I'm thinking of that, though. The one I'm looking forward to? I like the fact you're bringing Allison McInnes. I like her. I liked her in Power Rangers, Lightspeed Rescue. So, I'm a fan of the show. So I'm glad that you're bringing her around. A lot of the Power Rangers we've got, and a lot of the Pink Rangers are usually other Rangers. I'm glad we're bringing in from that series, because I particularly like that series.
She seemed, I've never met her, but she seemed like a sweetheart. I mean, we've got, along with the same people that I got her from, is Richard Harmon, which is really getting big in Europe. He's on the 100, and he's one of our headliners also. And he's on the 100 every week, plus he was in, some other shows also, Bates Motel and quite a few, and he's an up-and-coming, you're going to see a lot more of him in the up-and-coming years, because he's picking up a lot of parts. So he's another one that's coming along with Allison. Allison's coming out of California, and Richard's coming out of Canada.
Well, you picked a great guy, because the 100, it's a great TV series. If you haven't picked up on it, it's really cool. But when we did a little research on this guy, this guy was, my God, he's a young up-and-comer, but his resume is just incredibly long, And one that also, again, people will remember is that he was in the Percy Jackson movie. as you know, in The Lightning Thief, and you know, I remember him too from being Smallville. So this guy has a huge resume, and I'm sure he's very insightful when we get to meet him. So that's another one. I mean, good call on bringing this guy in.
Well, he plays a guy on the 100 that I just hate, you know. And, I mean, he's a guy that, you know, he's kind of like the governor on Walking Dead. You're wanting to see him get his, you know. But that's the part of it, you know, and I think he's great at it. So.
Yeah, I think that's the highest compliment that you can pay to an actor. Like, I remember you in this series, and I hated you so much.
Yeah.
I hated everything about you. I just wanted to go ahead and spit on you, and then, you know, it's happened to those people where they were so good at what they did, and the highest compliments they get from anyone is that I hated you.
Well, it's kind of like the guy that's playing Wilson Fisk on the Daredevil series.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, come on. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
No, and you'll remember him too.
Mhm.
Well, I was going to mention like one who we went to a convention who was such an awesome guy when you get to talk to him, when you get to meet him and all that. He is a really honest guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. And forgetting his name, but he's the one who King Joffrey from Game of Thrones. And everybody was like, I hate you so much. I don't want your autograph. But people were like, but it's like, he's an actor. He's so awesome, you know.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Give me a name.
Oh man. Oh.
I can look it up.
Yeah, give me the name for that guy, because he was super awesome at a convention, and he came in, like I said, Prince Joffrey, and in Game of Thrones, when he was on, he got his finally a few seasons ago. Everybody hated his damn guts. Everybody just wanted him dead.
Jack Gleason.
Jack Gleason, yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jackie Gleason, I remember him.
That you hate. And
Yeah,
if you play it just right, you know, you despise the character, though it's your acting that, you know, you're very good at acting it. You hate him. It's one of my favorite actors. One of my favorite actors growing up, and sometimes they get typecasted this way, but is David Warren. I mean, I loved any movie that he was a bad guy in, but he's the nicest guy you'd ever meet. But boy, did he play a great bad guy. I mean,
Time after time.
oh
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah.
that was the first movie that I saw him in. Jack the Ripper / Dr.
Malcolm
Doc
McDowell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with Malcolm McDowell, you know, and Malcolm McDowell often goes ahead and plays the bad guy usually, and
Yeah.
he's another one, you know, you love him for it.
You
I
know,
mean, Christopher Lee, Dracula.
well, let me switch up a little bit and bring up some of the comic book guys you have coming in. And one of them I got to bring up, and I got to tell you, thank you for bringing him in. Chad Harding.
It's probably because he looks like you, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a picture with him, me and all, you know.
There's nothing wrong with being follically challenged.
Yeah, come on, man. Bald men unite.
Right.
I'm not bald. I shaved my head.
Chad is a really
Right.
he's a nice guy, and I've talked to him a number of times on the phone, and he's looking very forward to coming to this show.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I was like doing research, and I saw this guy, and I was like, oh my god, I love his work, because he's doing the Harley Quinn comic books right now, which, hey, he's drawing Harley Quinn really nice, and especially since earlier we were talking about the trailer for Suicide Squad.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Harley Quinn is stealing that movie. I mean, she's ruling that movie, and so I want to hear a couple of his thoughts on Harley Quinn, the
Yesterday.
comic book. and Harley Quinn now, you know.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's kind of weird right now. But I gotta thank you for bringing this guy. He's super awesome. And also, again, Bob Layden, who good work on the Iron Man comic books. I know I followed some of the issues that I've had before with him. Well, he's famous for drawing the Secret Wars and or designing the Secret Wars
Oh yeah.
toy line and all that.
The original one?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the original series and stuff was like John Beatty, Jim Shooter, and Mike Zeck, which were the ones that did the Secret Wars series at the beginning, you know, the first one. And now they're doing Secret Wars again. You're talking about toy line or?
Oh, I guess I mislooked at it. It was Bob Layden, because I thought it said Secret Wars and the designs of it, but then I looked it up. It's the toy line.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob's an amazing
It was like, toy line.
Bob is also a consultant to the Iron Man movies, and he is kind of going Hollywood, you know, lately. But he also, him and Shooter founded Valiant Comics, and he's been in the comic, you know, industry on and off for the last 35 years. And and he's an amazing artist, and if you can afford it to get a sketch by Bob Layden, you're going to get one of the most detailed sketches you've ever seen in your life, because he puts a lot into it, you know.
I have $5. That's all I got.
and you know what? Really, talking about Bob Layden, you gotta remember that one of the characters he created is coming out in a movie tomorrow. Ant-Man, Scott Lang, Ant-Man is coming out in theaters tomorrow. You know, and that's a character he had a part in creating.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
So we got questions to talk to him
Maybe you're
about.
talking about the new Ant-Man, but the other Ant-Man was in 1962, I believe, and probably Bob wasn't even born at that time. Maybe you're talking about...
No, it was
the new
Scott
one,
Lang.
Scott Lang. I'm talking about the one in the movie that's coming about. Scott Lang. You know, the thief that became...
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. He was the second Ant-Man. Not the first one. You're right.
I got
Yeah, not Hank Pym, but Scott Lang.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
we know.
right.
Well, I was going to say, you know why they did that, because you know, Marvel doesn't want to deal with like really Hank Pym, the wife beater.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's the same way. Like you're not seeing Iron Man as the alcoholic and all that. No.
I don't know how true it is, but supposedly Hank Pym is supposed to make a cameo in this movie.
Michael Douglas.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's Michael Douglas.
He's gonna be in the movie.
But the thing is that they didn't want Hank Pym to be the central character.
Yeah.
Right.
And even then, I said it before. I'm not that crazy about Paul Rudd being Ant-Man, but yeah, we'll give it a watch, and hopefully it comes out good. You know.
Yeah, every
I'm
time
still
I
not
see
exactly
that,
thrilled with it.
all I think of is Clueless. I can't take him seriously.
Yeah, they're not the only one that has that problem.
I'm psyched now about the movie because it's got the one guy from 30 Minutes or Less.
Well,
Hey,
so far the reviews have been pretty good.
I
on
can't remember his name right. Michael Pena.
I see Paul Rudd, and I just keep thinking the Hangover guy. You know?
He was in
But then
Hangover?
Yeah, he was. I'm sorry, the 40-year-old virgin. Sorry, the 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the buddy, and you know.
Yeah, I was like,
They make a big deal out of him in Kansas City because he's from Kansas City.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
And neither is Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah. Well, another ones again that we've met before at different conventions and all that, and I have his Venom comic books, the Sam De La Rosa, who again was brilliant with the Spider-Man series. Again, awesome you're having him. He's just creative with the tinfoil covers and all that.
Oh yeah. I love those works because you know what? I have a couple of those and I love it. I know I look at that and like, ooh. Venom, and I would see that. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for you to come out in the movies, and then they did what they did. I'm like, ugh.
Now, Jim, Richard, I want to say a big thank you for bringing in and also kind of like bringing to the forefront some steampunk artists. And I saw that you had a couple steampunk guys on there, and I'm like, hey, that's freaking awesome. I love seeing steampunk, brought up and guys that have been really trying to go at it for a while, trying to get their steampunk wares shown. And you got the one guy, I can't remember his name, but he actually made that arm for the main character on Castle when they did a steampunk episode. Now, when I actually watched that episode just because they said there was some steampunk in it. I never freaking watched Castle. I hate Castle, but I watched it because they had steampunk in it.
Oh, Nathan Fillion, no, don't listen, Nathan, don't listen.
Yeah.
Well, Thomas Williford will be at this show, and Thomas has been into steampunk since 1985. He's written numerous books. He holds degrees from about 5 different universities. He's also got a show coming up on the Game Show channel called Steampunk, and that's coming up August 19th. Will be premiering on the Game Show channel, and plus he's going to be the main judge on that. And plus, he's bringing someone with him, which I won't say who it is, but which is going to knock your socks off too, And that's another one of the guests that I will announce in about a week. But having Thomas there with his Iron Man 1889 costume, which he blew San Diego away and walked into a contest, as a last-minute entry, and took away the main prize there, in San Diego. So his costume is just amazing. Took him like 40 days to make it at a cost of about $20-something thousand. And
we had.
Must be nice to have that kind of money.
By Marvel, he's been opted by Marvel because he has a backstory to the Iron Man 1889 character to do a miniseries, and I'm guessing that they're going to do it pretty quick because they have contacted him, and so. Wow. They'll have an Iron Man 1889, and he will be bringing that costume with him, and he will be doing a panel, and he will have the costume at his table, and he will be walking around in it probably.
Oh my God, he's going to die in El Paso.
I hope that dude has air conditioning.
The Tin Man in the sun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, keep that guy inside.
That's what planned.
I don't think it has air conditioning built in, but he'll be inside.
No. Don't let him outside. Don't let him outside.
It's special. It's his last convention on the earth.
But I met him at the Wild West Steampunk Convention in Tucson in March. And then I asked him if he might be interested in coming to our show in El Paso, and he goes, "Oh, I'd love to. I love Comic Cons, And so that's where it led from there. And so he, was going to be a guest. Richard's gone. I don't know where he went.
Well, he's coming back, and he's going, and he's coming back. So.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's
there
coming back. Yeah.
Well, no, there's a picture. There he is.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I think
cut off. I don't know what happened.
You're back. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Could have had a power outage.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the little thumbnail with the right next to his picture of the Iron Steampunk.
Yeah, right. I saw, and if you go onto the website, the BorderCityComicCon.com, which again it's info about tickets and going in there and all that. You see the cool pictures with him and that arm with the machine gun, and like, wow, that's
it looks awesome.
I feel bad because he's going to die in El Paso, but
El Paso in August, yeah.
Yeah. And I want to ask you a little bit about some of these other artists that you're bringing. Again, the emphasis I want people to know is that these guys are bringing a Comic Con, Comic Cons. Other ones, they focus on sci-fi, others focus on media. You're right, Star Wars. which are it's all good, but comic books is legendary, and it's the foundation.
Foundation.
And here I want to talk about Robert Ludek.
Oh, he's amazing. You got to see his art. He just Bob is amazing. Bob the artist.
Yeah.
He consented to come, and everything else, and he had so many shows all over the United States. He's a busy man, but he consented to come to our show and set up, and we gave him a booth, up front, just because he did consent to come to our show, and we do have other guests like that. Of course, we got Shelby Robinson also, who designed our logo, and Shelby used to ghost draw for Rob Liefeld when he was a teenager. And Shelby is an amazing artist too. We've got a lot of amazing artists coming that are in Artist Alley, and you'll be amazed at all the people we've got. I mean, you haven't seen them all yet, but we'll be putting them up. I'll be putting them up here.
Well, I was mentioning because I went to Bob the Artist when I was doing research for you guys, and I saw his artwork. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I'm looking forward to it, like the Ghostbusters designs he made, some of the pop culture designs he made, the Star Wars, all that. I mean, I hang up art. I like to grab art from artists, and definitely I will be getting some of his stuff. Hopefully he's got some of the new I don't want to, again, we're still debating about Ben Affleck, Batman. But
Yeah.
There's nothing to debate. He's not going to be good.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't talk, he'll be fine. As long as he doesn't talk, he'll be fine.
Well, hey, is not going to be good and suck are the same thing.
Boom. Jim just laid it down.
And I hope he doesn't watch this.
Oh yeah, Ben Affleck's like, screw you, I'm not going to your con ever.
He's gonna do Mallrats? Okay, I'm there.
Hey, but you know what? I'll say this, Jim.
He may be the one
Ben
that
may not
flashes
come.
won't go. He may be the one that flashes won't go. I don't know.
Well,
Ben may not come, but you have a chance at getting his wife. So just throwing that out there.
Listen, I was contacted by Dave Bautista's agent.
oh,
Wow.
And he'll come if you guys will kick in. Okay, he wants 100,000 to come.
well, I have $10.
I have my piggy bank somewhere here.
I'm
You know what?
starting a road
Never
trip
mind.
tomorrow, so
Never
I
mind
don't
that.
have it.
Let's go back with Richard.
I can't
and show your
imagine,
rocket.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ever for Richard and his rocket? That seems more affordable.
How much for
Everybody
like
should- Hey, Renee.
yeah.
You guys, everybody should know this, that Richard is a stand-in for Bruce Lee. You know that? Yeah, he is. He impersonates Bruce Lee at shows, and we put it up on his sign.
Wow.
Yeah, I do it pretty well.
All right, you're gonna do it at the show?
Well, I always scare everybody off because I tell people, okay, I need a volunteer. I need someone with a hairy chest, and I tell them we're going to reenact the fight between Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
And when I tell them that I'm going to rip their chest hairs out of their chest, they kind of do this and go, no, no.
How much duct tape does that take?
So I never.
Richard, I got the
So we
perfect.
never can find anyone to
All you
do it.
gotta Richard, all you got to do is get like get some hairy chest, or get some hairy hair, and put it on Jim's shirt. And there you
Yeah,
go.
let's get some hairy hair. Yeah.
Straight from Hare no Chigu.
Too much talking about hairy chest on this show here.
After we just got flashed, yeah.
Oh yeah, oh, my God. That'll be the stuff of nightmares.
Well, again, as we're going through the list, again, you mentioned Sachin Sachel, who...
No, I didn't mention that.
Oh, I said I'm mentioning him.
Uh-huh.
which
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
well, I was going to mention like some of these other artists you're bringing in, like Sasha and Sachelle, Shelby Robertson, Don McGregor. You know, all these are really cool. You can look them up and all that. Their artwork is just amazing. So, and Don, go ahead.
Don McGregor and Don Bluth wrote comics, and Don McGregor pretty much wrote the definitive Black Cat, who became the Falcon, who's going to become Captain America. And he also wrote Detectives Inc. He's written a lot of things. He's an amazing guy to talk to. And Sachin Sahil is not an artist, but he is an artist. He's the Indian. Somebody else is messing on the screen here. What is that?
Oh, that's David. He's
Yeah.
We
lost David again. It happens.
And anyway, he's an actor on the 100. He's the Indian guy on there. Plus, he has a substantial part in the new X-Files relaunch. And he was also on Fringe. And his name is Sachin Sahil. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And he has not been put on the website yet, and it's only exclusive to guys that's going to look at your podcast. So he's not.
I get to break it to you, dude. It's on the website.
Well, it's a broken link. It doesn't have his picture, and you click on it, it just takes you back to the homepage. And
are you kidding?
Yeah, dude, it's on the website, man.
Yeah.
Not okay. Then I haven't put everything. I didn't know that it was on there.
Oh.
Well, maybe people will wonder who is that or what is that. Maybe they thought I misspelled something. You know.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he's coming. He's going to be the new announcement on Saturday. So I would think I haven't announced him on Facebook either. And then I've got more guests I told you coming up in the next couple of weeks. So.
Oh, don't worry. Nobody goes on the internet. No.
Yeah. Me and Richard talk. You know, I call him and I talk to him and say, "Guess what? I got so and so, and he goes, "Oh, cool! Get him, dude. We'll take him." You know. So every time we get a guest that comes on board here lately, I'm getting a feeling lately that we're going to have more guests and we're going to have vendors.
Well, how awesome! You know, because I'm looking at the website.
Artist Alley is almost full. Artist Alley is almost full, and the vendors room is filling up very fast. So if there are people that like to procrastinate about this, they need to get on board here. So.
Well, I got to tell you, it's so awesome because I'm at the website and you have a big picture of Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
No, we're kidding.
Well, me and Richard were taking a picture, and he just walked into the thing and said, "Can I take a picture with you guys?" And I go, "Well, if you have to, you know, I mean, that's okay."
Orly remembers almost getting run over by him.
Yeah. Actually, he almost stepped on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, again, either Jim or Richard, if you're ever at a big con and all that, Ben Affleck goes up to you guys and punches you in the face. You know why. You know why. You know, he had it coming.
He made
No,
it
you know what? No.
He made a Daredevil. He screwed that up, you know.
You know what? I can picture that, but with Richard going, "It wasn't me, it was him."
He said it. Yeah. Yeah, I can point at him. Look at that. Yeah.
Oh,
you know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to that steampunk Iron Man. You know, I want to see him in that episodes of that 1,000 Ways to Die. That'll be
In El Paso. Yeah.
I know the name of the El Paso Bake.
He was walking around old Tucson in that costume, and he was fighting a great big steampunk giant guy out in front of a train there in old Tucson, and it was hot outside, and he was in that costume. He's got some boots on that thing that are like Frankenstein wore.
Oh my God.
You know, they're real high.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he walks around in that suit, but that suit is cool. Wait till you see it. You know,
Yeah, I'd be like, wow, that's cool steam coming out of the suit. And he's like, it's not steam.
That's not steam. That's his sweat evaporating.
Yeah. That's not a
You
suit
just
anymore.
can't
It's
get
a
that
pressure
wet,
suit.
otherwise it's gonna rust.
Yeah, it's a
I'll
pressure
ask
cooker
him
now.
to make me one so I can lose some weight or something, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and you know, we got. Now I'm afraid to bring up people on your website. I mean, again, Steven Pulawa, Jason Meets, and again, more awesome artists. I love his Joker renditions,
Oh yeah,
and you know,
they're
he
all
did
friends of Chad's.
yeah.
They're all friends of Chad's, and they're amazing upcoming artists also.
Ah.
Okay, and I gotta say, you know, for artists, for comic book people and all that, one of the things that's absolutely fun when they go to meet comic book guys is that, yeah, you can get a sketch from some of them, but also a lot of them are selling their prints, a lot of them are selling their original artwork, which is really cool to have. You know, and this is cool stuff that I decorate that my wife's getting mad at because it's leaking into my living room. As I'm running out of room for some of this stuff. But, you know, I got to say, you guys really put together, it looks like a great show.
One more mention. Ali Garza. Ali Garza is amazing artist. He's amazing, what you want to call girl artist, cheap cake artist. He draws like Vampirella, Deja Thoris, you know, from John Carter. He's just an amazing talent. And if you look up his name and Google some of the pictures of Ali, he's just an amazing artist too. He is coming. I just finished. And also, you guys, one of the people that canceled was Mike Bosberg. And Mike Bosberg was the one who won an Emmy for the Spawn series on HBO. And he drew She-Hulk and G.I. Joe and all kinds of stuff in his career. And he's an amazing guy, too. But he was having health problems, so we're sorry that he couldn't come. But he said he's going to try to come next year. So he said he will next year, to put him down for next year. And I've already had a few guests, which I won't drop any names, that want to come next year. So.
Well, I gotta say, I'm just amazed that here we're still like a month away from the convention, and you're already planning next year. You know, just like.
Well, we're working on it, so we're talking about it. We will be talking about it. So.
And well, one again, we give a mention to it, but again, he's a personal friend of ours. Is Andy Perez?
Yeah.
I just bought his Batman and Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he's just amazing. He's my favorite artist. You know,
he's a nice guy. Yeah.
Thank you for having him. He's super cool. And again, at this convention, what else do we have to look forward to that you guys are going to be putting together?
Will there be
Richard will be there, looking good.
Well, I was mentioning because, you know, are you guys having events out there? Are you going to have?
We will have 2 days of programming. Not so much on the preview night, but Saturday and Sunday we will have programming.
Okay. Will there be a costume
And
contest?
I've been getting volunteers together, and we are doing programming up and coming. And Richard has partnered with some things that's going on there in El Paso. If you want to tell them about that, Richard, go ahead. You know, about the pedicabs and the catering and stuff like that.
Oh,
Richard, are you going to put a top hat and start dancing?
Right.
But not a rich.
No. But I will dress up like the main character. That'll be my cosplay. But no, we have the pedicab. They're going to help with some of the transportation. We were concerned about the parking around the hotel not being enough for the customers. So we're partnering with them. So if people can't find parking around the hotel, they can park around.
And Richard froze.
yeah, they'll basically.
Interesting.
Yeah, Richard, can you repeat that? You froze on us.
Oh.
Well, Well, just to go ahead and give you what I think that Richard was going to talk about.
Keep fading out for some reason. No,
yeah,
the
I've been
pedicab,
to
so
a
if you
lot
go
of
down,
events where the pedicab will have been around, and they'll go ahead and ferry people from one area to another, and they're really great. I mean, these guys have televisions on the back of their pedicabs. They'll go everywhere. They move, and they only take. Yeah, they have boom boxes, everything, and you know what? They'll go ahead and do it for donation. For tips. They don't charge anything. They if you don't. But you know what? I would encourage you to tip these guys. They're great. I love these guys. They're really cool, and they do it all for you.
yeah, and thank you for that plug. Please tip them because they're working hard, and I imagine it's going to be very hot out there, and going back and forth the way they are. Please be generous and tip them.
Yep. All right, good to know, and we're looking forward to the convention. Again, you guys are putting this. I can't thank you guys enough for putting this together. El Paso needs. I mean, you guys are right. El Paso needs Comic Cons. You know, because there's comic book fans out there. There's comic book artists. It's so awesome that we get to meet them, and the guests you guys are coming.
One thing we should mention is that volunteer-wise, that we're going to have catered food for the volunteers, and they have their own private room and stuff to go and break and stuff. So any volunteers that you know of that would be willing to volunteer, they can just send in an application to volunteer, volunteer bccc@gmail.com and volunteer and sign out a volunteer thing. But we've got a group of good people coming in with a staff here in Albuquerque that are coming in to help us. We've got people for security. It's going to be very well run. So we know what we're doing. So hopefully.
Well, I volunteer to bodyguard Jamie Chin.
Your job is to keep David away.
Yeah, we got to keep David.
Morty's more of a danger.
Actually, you're gonna get the worst job. You gotta walk around with a wet sponge and sponge, steampunk Iron Man.
Now you all are going to be setting up at the show, right? You all are be
there.
We're
so
gonna
be there.
What will you be doing?
Well, we're going to be there with a booth, and I'm going to be staring at Jamie Chin while the guys are going to set up our Nerd Confessions, which is something we do for the community. And just we like to make attendees feel like they're part of the show, because when they go, they take pictures with the celebrities and all that. And it's mostly based for the celebrities, but when we're there, we want the attendees to feel like they're part of the guests. And so we have Nerd Confessions, and we take pictures of them confessing to nerd sins. And it's a lot of fun, and it's like free souvenirs for the people. And, they can post, they can like them, they can share it and download them on our
gets posted to Facebook.
Yeah. Do you bring a couch?
We wish we could, but last time we stole one.
Anything they want.
Yeah.
What is it? Nerds on a chair or what?
Well, we do have a couch.
Nerds on a couch.
Because we started at a couch. We started in a couch.
You got to remember your humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
We're not nerds with the broken condoms, okay? We're
This is a family show now.
Yeah. But, well, not anymore with that flasher.
Oh, God.
No, yeah, this is Nerds After Hours. That's what this is.
No. But we're just letting people know. Thank you. Again, thank you guys for letting us be there. We're going to be offering Nerd Confessions at our booth, and we're going to have people just confess, and we're going to talk to people, and just overall try to lighten up, make people feel good about where they're at, and make them feel that they're part of the show. That's generally what we like to do.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun meeting all sorts of people, and what's kind of what's kind of weird for us is meeting our fans out there, which is really cool. We're like, we have fans.
It kind of sounds like nerds in a confession booth.
In a way, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's copyrighted. So,
Yeah.
but thank you for throwing the convention. We're looking forward to having you guys. You guys are awesome. It was a blast talking to you guys. Hopefully, we can have you guys again. You know, I know we had a hard time trying to get schedules since we're going away for a while.
Yeah.
Arkham?
If you're willing in to put in for gas and you're willing to share for the hotel room and sleep with David, who ran away right now.
Oh, that's right. He's gone, huh?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if you're willing to bunk in with David, hey, man, more power to you.
Yeah.
But it's not fun. But thank you for throwing the convention. Again, it's going to be August, the weekend of August 14th, Wyndham Hotel. Again, if people want to get tickets, where can they get tickets?
Richard?
Richard just said they're looking pretty.
The show is free. The
You
show
can get
is
them online. You can get them online on the website. You can get them at dirtroadtickets.com online. You can get them at Rebels Comic Vault, All-Stars Comics, All-Star Comics and Cards, Mayhem Toys and Comics, and also Chico's, I believe is the name of it,
Yeah.
in the mall.
Yeah.
at Bassett Mall, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah,
so there's
and,
plenty of places to get tickets.
And they have the prices right here. Weekend is $35 for all 3 days. Friday only is $10. Saturday only is $20, and Sunday only is $15. Kids 6 to 12 is $5 per day, or $10 for all 3 days. And kids under 6 are free. So if you got any little bambinos, please leave them at home.
No.
No, bring in the kids. We like the kids, especially when you dress up your kid like Iron Man or
And little Princess Leia, little
Yeah.
Luke, and
yeah.
We're planning some events for the kids, too, for the children.
Oh, cool.
All right. Hopefully, we'll get more details on that, and we'll talk to you guys when we come back. Thank you for thank you for being on our show. We appreciate it, and we're looking forward to the Border City Land Comic Con. We'll see you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See you,
Thank you,
Richard.
guys.